Let me now explain one issue people have been asking me. Whenever I go to Muranga, people ask me, Kang'ata, we had used to be the chief whip of Senate. What happened and you are thrown out of that position? Let me start by saying President Uhuru Kenyatta is my friend. And me, I cannot abuse him because he gave me a very, very important position in the Senate of becoming the chief whip. But there is a person who committed a major mistake. The various credible opinion polls seems to suggest we are almost 50-50, but our party a little bit popular. Right.
So you're honored. Na hili wakati tutafikia hapo, wale wako nyuma yetu na sisi watatuona. So you are so much welcome, Mheshimiwa Irung'u Kang'ata. Ongea na watu wako. Karibu.
Tuketi tafadhali. Thank you so much. Let me first take this opportunity to thank you for coming. We originally planned for one event tomorrow, but there was a request that we hold a smaller event today for those who may be a little bit not very comfortable by the theme for tomorrow. So that's why we decided to hold this one today. But for those who are still interested, you are invited. I think somebody else will give you the address for tomorrow's event. But let me also take this opportunity to thank the organizers, the attendees, the media for gracing this occasion today. Allow me to start by also explaining what is our vision for Muranga County. Why are we asking for votes for Muranga County? God willing, we have several agenda we want to do for the Muranga people if we get that opportunity. But there are three main areas that we want to focus on. The area number one is the health sector. Muranga County has a problem with the health sector. If you look for the last 10 years since the commencement of devolution, Muranga County has not established any new hospital. The current health facilities that we have were built way back in 1960s and 1970s, despite the increment of population. God willing, we have promised the people of Muranga we are going to add one new level 5 hospital in Keno. We are also going to set aside funds to increase the coverage of NHIF, the National Hospital Insurance Fund. Currently, out of the entire population of about 1,300,000 households, only 40,000 have health insurance cover. It's our goal that we shall ensure each and every household in Muranga has a health insurance cover. People asking where shall we be able to get money to achieve that, but our response is when I was the chief whip in Muranga in Senate, we fought for something that was called 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote. We changed the formula, how money is dispersed to the county. Muranga was added an extra 800 million, so that money we are going to support our people with NHIF cards. The second agenda is about agriculture. We are proposing to introduce something called minimum guaranteed return, where you guarantee farmers their prices, so that when they are deciding to go and farm, they actually know how much they are going to fetch. Take for instance, milk. We are going to guarantee every farmer that the price of milk will not go down below 42 shillings per liter. If it does, the county pays that difference, and therefore you uplift the incomes of the so many farmers who are in Muranga. The third one is what we are calling Ward Development Fund. Muranga has about 35 wards, and a governor in Muranga town cannot be able to know the problems in all the grassroots area of Muranga County. We shall ensure we set aside fund to support development in each and every ward of Muranga County. We took that idea to Senate when I was a whip. It passed in the Senate. When it went to the National Assembly, it was torpedoed. God willing, we get the opportunity to be the governor, we shall ensure it is implemented. Those are some of the few areas that we have highlighted. Allow me not to dwell on so many other ideas we have. But let me now explain one issue people have been asking me. Whenever I go to Muranga, people ask me, Kang'ata, we had used to be the chief whip of Senate. What happened? And you are thrown out of that position. Let me start by saying President Uhuru Kenyatta is my friend. And me, I cannot abuse him because he gave me a very, very important position in the Senate of becoming the chief whip. But there is a person who committed a major mistake. He really did a major mistake. That person is called the priest of my church and my mother. Why? Because they took me to the church and the priest told me, Kang'ata, never talk lies, always talk the truth. That's what I was told by my mother. So one day, they brought BBI. Now me, as a professor and a doctor of law, I could see this as a trick. You know, it's a sophisticated political trick where they were using BBI to create positions for leaders, yeah, increase the government expenditure and therefore raise taxes. They were using BBI as a pretext to loot money. Like now, this money that was set aside to cushion fuel prices was eaten and redirected for BBI. So me, I said, I'm going to speak the truth. So the guys who are near me told me, Kang'ata, don't speak the truth. Why would you speak the truth? You better, because now, you see what they were telling me. Kang'ata, you have a small family. You should just keep quiet. Yeah, you eat. Until the last day, that's when you can now think. Me, I told them, no. I may want to eat. I've been given a lot of privileges by the government. But my mother told me never to speak lie. I'm going to speak the truth. So me, I wrote a letter to Uhuru Kenyatta. I told him BBI is going to fail. But when the president saw my letter, instead of reading it and looking at the contents, he decided to kick me out of the government. But let me ask you, did BBI fail or did it pass? Did it pass or did it fail? Now see, me, I think, since the time Raila Odinga greeted my friend Uhuru Kenyatta, I think alimpatia majuju na norogito doare. Surely, me had I done anything wrong by talking the truth? No, I had just talked the truth. We thought I had only said a simple issue. This BBI problem, but instead of the president listening to me, he decided to kick me out. Now look, after their effort to push for BBI, it failed. Anyway, there's no problem. I will finish by telling you guys that my political competitors who we are fighting, me, I cannot insult them. I don't even do politics of insulting. Even when my governor, Wairia, when I was trying to do oversight, whenever I would do oversight, he would start abusing me. I used to tell him, no, I cannot go stoop that low. That's not my nature. But be that as it may, I would like to emphasize what is the difference between Kang'ata and my competitors, all of them. And there are only three differences. Difference number one, them, they don't have an agenda. As we have an agenda of healthcare, ward fund, minimum guaranteed return. But for them, the idea is to steal ideas from Kang'ata and try to popularize themselves. The second difference between us and them is the presidential candidate whom we are supporting. All of them, my competitor, they are supporting Raila Odinga and Azimio. I'm the only person in that race who is supporting William Samoei Ruto. Yeah. And by the way, I have reasons. I have reasons making me to support William Samoei Ruto. And reason number one is that I strongly believe in the agenda of William Samoei Ruto. That idea of bottom-up, uplifting the common mwananchi, is a very good idea. Look at the Azimio and the handshake people. In Kenya, the inflation is now up. Fuel prices, up. Food prices, up. Yeah? Look, the other day, we had nominations. ODM guys were giving nominations to their relatives. Raila Odinga's sister is now an ODM nominee for women rep in Kisumu. Brothers to Raila Odinga has been given a direct ticket to vie in Siaya. It is only in UDA where young people have been given an opportunity. Didn't you see a young girl called Toto being given the opportunity to vie in where? In Bomet. Yeah. Show me a single young person who has been given a ticket in ODM, and I'm going to resign from UDA. No single person. Iyo chama ni ya dynasty. Afadhali hii yetu ya common hustler person. Amen. Number 2. Igegori ithekagia ke. Igegori ithekagia ke. This guy called Raila Odinga, for now, he is telling Uhuru, hey, I'm so good. Yeah, they are laughing. But I can tell you, the day Raila Odinga is going to sit on that seat, guy, Uhuru rea konio, rake gwire, akonaga thina atari ona. Tondu ariri, Raila gikaira gite kiu ri. Uhuru agakorwo thirikari-ini kana agakorwo gicagi. Uhuru akahuragira Raila thimu. Ukaigua thimu ya Raila yagamba atiriri, samahani, mteja wa namba uliopiga hapatikani. Yeah, kakaitotee tuona succession igi. We have seen other successions where the president, the exiting president helps another politician. Then immediately that politician sits on that seat and amgeu. Look at a place called Congo, DRC. You know, Kabila helped this guy called Tshisekedi to become the president. In fact, they rigged out the guy who had actually won, who is called Fayulu. Immediately when Tshisekedi alikali hiyo kiti, Kabila bio akarushwe nje. Ukienda mahali inaitwa where another country, Botswana, the same happened. In Angola, Dos Santos is now living in exile, I think in Belgium. Yeah. So I have no doubt. In fact, better Ruto. You know why? You know Ruto, if he wins, vast majority of the votes will be from our region. That's a fact. In fact, we shall have voted for him more than his people in Rift Valley. So what will be the effect of that? He will be knowing his political power base is in Central. So he'll have no option than to come and reward us. If for any reason he goes against us, he knows we can withdraw the support. But now, Raila Odinga akiingia nitamtoa wapi? Nimwambie mashida za watu wetu wa Muranga. Nitatoa wapi? We, kaide mwire. Tiko Uhuru arethekithia hau. Ore akonio ni baba. In fact, njiraga andu ake mutikamake mugitenyire ihenya ni moka kunjira ndi muteithie. So, that's why for me, I have no doubt, and I'm praying our side should win, because I know it is the side that has a good vision. It is the side that is talking about the real issues which are affecting the Kenyan person. The final point that I'm going to, the reason why difference between us and our opponents is the idea concerning, I think the governor's seat is a very serious position. It, in my view, it requires an experienced leader. Can I ask you some questions? Nimuulize. Have you ever had a person who has become a bishop and initially he was not a pastor? Wanaigua mundu tuikite bishop watabeta utuika pastor? In Seattle. Okay. Let me ask you. Have you ever had a person who has gone to a university and he has never gone to a secondary school? No. Have you ever had a person who has become a chief and he has never been a headman? No. Bas, Kang'ata, wajairie kore the MCA, a university. Kanadia, agikamba tete, agitweka MP, agitweka senator, nima. Haria the twajairie niyo hetagwo bottom. Mugani bottom. Tuka tuthiete up. Any bottom? Bottom? Yeah. So I think that journey has maybe given us an opportunity to be able to gain experiences which are going to help the people of Muranga. So with those or so many remarks, let me give one guy here. He is my friend. He can just say just one word. Karibu. Pigeni, my brother Makofi.
Asante sana. I'm Kenodia Gojiri, and I came yesterday all the way from Kenya, to give Senator more support. He requested me a few days ago, and he requested me to accompany him shortly after nominations, and I agreed. Yeah. However, it's my fourth time to be here in the United States in about 4 years, because I'm based in Nairobi. I would like to highlight a few things regarding my candidate. I'm also from Muranga. Why I feel that I'm not long in supporting him. To begin with, if you don't support him, just know Senator Kang'ata has the support across all our 6 constituencies in Muranga. Not a single constituency where he doesn't have support, even where his main competitor hails from, Kegumo. He beats him down 10-0. Secondly, if you look at demographics, if you look at the youth, the elderly, and that consideration, Senator Kang'ata is far ahead. Senator Kang'ata is going to be the next governor of Muranga. We know that, but we need to support him, okay? So please, let's support him. Let's support him, and inshallah, God willing, August, we shall be celebrating. In fact, for me, I have confidence. The only thing that we need to do is to support him. Remember, he's competing with a government-sponsored candidate, and we as UDA, we got some few challenges here and there, right? So please support him. Thank you very much.
You're done.
Do you have a parliamentary form of government where you've got a prime minister, or do you have a direct elected president?
It is like America. We have a presidential system of government. You have a president who has the executive, and then of course we have a parliament comprising of various political parties, and of course the judiciary.
And what's your political party?
Currently I'm a member of the ruling party, which is called the Jubilee. But that is from a legal point of view. From a de facto point of view, Jubilee has split up into 2. So I have shifted into
why is it, are you able to say, why is it, what are the factions about? Why did it split? What's the ideological?
What happened? We are yet to fully turn into an issue-based political system. But what happens after the 2017 general elections, we usually have 2 major political parties. So my party is the ruling one, and then we have an opposition party, which their strengths are usually almost equal. So there was, after the election, the president went and did what we call a handshake, like a collaboration. He decided to enter into some political collaboration with the lead of the opposition party, and we called it a political handshake. But the effect of that was to alienate the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, who was the one who was supposed to come and after the current president goes home, take over the reins of Jubilee Party. So when the president made a rapprochement with the opposition, Deputy President was sidelined. Some of us followed the Deputy President.
Right.
And we have now formed a separate political party, which is called UDA, United Democratic.
There you go, UDA. Very good.
So us
Where's my shirt?
are those who support the Deputy President. Oh, where is the... Please get the...
The what?
The
Oh,
gifts.
the holding. Okay.
Yeah, so...
Oh.
Yeah, so we formed a political party, but the president currently is supporting the lead of the opposition to succeed. Yeah.
I see. You know, we've had a couple of, we've had, in the United States, I'm very much a student of history, and, there have been certain situations, probably most notably, the most recent was in 1992, 30 years ago, where you had the emergence of that new party. It was Ross Perot, and the emergence, and it was a, what's that?
Independent?
Yeah, it was a third party run. It wasn't. Perot, right, in 1992, and then it was about almost 80 years before that. In the presidential election of 1912, everybody knows who Teddy Roosevelt is, right? And Teddy Roosevelt famously stepped away to let his friend be president for 4 years. And when he came back, and he went to Africa, he went to South America, almost died in South America. And when he came back, he thought his friend would give him the nomination again, and that was not the case. So that was William Howard Taft. Yeah. And Taft, who I happen to share a birthday with, said, no, former Mr. President, I want to stay president. So famously, Teddy Roosevelt formed what they called the Bull Moose Party. And that was the first time in really history that a sitting U.S. president came in third place at the polls. But that's how Woodrow Wilson became president, because the Republican Party split, and the Democratic Party with Woodrow Wilson came in. So, but we've had a very stable partisan structure since then. Abraham Lincoln was the first Republican president, but 4 years before he was elected in 1860, the Republicans formed, and the Whigs sort of just disappeared. So it is. But since 1860, we've had just two major political parties. You had some other parties in the early 1896 and 1900, but for the most part, it's been Democrat and Republican. So it is very interesting. Do you know what your numbers are with the new party, or what your percentage of the population is?
Yeah, the various credible opinion polls seem to suggest we are almost 50-50, but our party a little bit popular.
Right. So you're